Hey, y'all, recovering emo kids. Amanda and Rob here with the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast, and welcome to our 100th episode.
100, Amanda, 100.
Do an
That's
air
the
horn sound we can add in
yeah.
there.
Shout out Scardy.
Shout
That's the
Scotty.
biggest number I've ever heard of in my life. Did you ever imagine we'd be at 100 after 10 months, 9 months or
10 months.
so?
Yeah, no, I did not think that we would be this far. So it is incredible how far we've come, Rob.
It's been a 10-month summer, many would say.
Yeah, many would say that.
Many would say, if you're watching this, thank you for watching our show. Thank you for listening to our show, all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, let's handle business really quickly. Subscribe if you're listening to this. Follow Apple, Spotify, YouTube. If you could, leave a comment or review as well. That's very helpful. Share it with your pals. Share it with your worst enemy. Share it with your coworkers. Share it with your dad. Share it with whoever. Emo Kids
Yep.
Anonymous on Instagram, Emo Kids Anonymous podcast, and Emo Kids Clips over on TikTok, Twitter, Emo Kids Anon Pod, neverphasenetwork.com. Join our Discord too. There's a lot of fun happening over there. There's a nice community of friends just waiting for you at Discord. The link is down in the description. And as always, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at Protege, okay? This will take your face from fucky to fresh. It's an all-in-one face serum, retinol, sunscreen, all that kind of stuff, okay? Created by our pal, Gabe Supporta, soon-to-be guest of the show. And, look at that guy. He's in his mid-40s. He looks great. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm actually in my mid-50s, and I look like I'm in my early 30s, which is double impressive.
True.
So
Very
you go over to
impressive.
Protege.com and you enter Emo Kids at checkout, and you get your first bottle of Protege for only $10. That's our gift from us to you. Thank you for helping us get to 100 episodes. Now, with all that being said,
Thank you.
Amanda, good fucking job. Wow. Can you believe we did this shit?
You
What a
too. No,
wild turn of events here where we just
I know.
wah wah wee
We
wah.
just a bunch of two random strangers on almost on opposite ends of the country, and we just did the fucking thing and we made it work. Most relationships can't even do that, and look at us now. Like, look at what we could do. It's
Right?
incredible, right? But it has been such a journey for us here at Emo Kids Anonymous. When we started off, it was like it's supposed to be like a 1 day a week type of podcast. We were going to talk about
Yeah, right.
nostalgic
I thought we were just
third
gonna talk
wave
about like a
emo
Panic at the
stuff.
Disco shit every now and then or something.
Yeah, and I would only bring up Fall Out Boy. Okay, I always bring up Fall Out Boy. It doesn't matter. That didn't change. But then we started getting
Yeah.
like interviews, and then we started getting the attention of the newer emo bands, and we started to become something fresh and different. And yeah, we still have our nostalgia because we are, you know,
Old people. You can say
millennials,
it. We're middle-aged
old
people.
people,
Yeah.
we're middle aged. We enjoy our
Yeah.
nostalgia. It's how we stay alive and young. And in this day and age, with everything that's going on, with just average Americans getting killed by ICE in the streets, we need to have something to, make us, yeah, I don't know,
Chill
make
out,
us a
kind of.
little
Yeah.
happy, chill out. Cause right now it's not a great time to be alive. It's the opposite of like Fall Out Boy's song, "What a Time to Be Alive." Anyways, actually, no, it
I was
isn't.
gonna
That's
say,
exactly what the
fuck, yeah,
song's
that
about.
got
No,
dark. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that got really dark. But yeah, we became something totally different than what we ever anticipated, and we have gotten some amazing opportunities. We have amazing opportunities coming up, which I still cannot believe. We're interviewing a band this week that you all, elder emos, might know from a blast from your past. We have someone Rob's already mentioned who will be on the podcast soon, and maybe that will get me one step closer to Patrick Stump. I'm hoping
literally,
it's a
literally
possibility.
1 week from today of recording this. On today's Wednesday when people are hearing this, on the Monday
Yes.
following it, yeah, our interview with the Click Five is gonna come out, and like that's like
Yeah.
that's silly. That's silly. And to the fact that we didn't have to like chase them out kind of thing. They were like, hey,
No.
we've seen your show,
Yeah.
like we're like that's dumb. That's dumb. Uh
That's insane.
the whole thing, Gabe Sporta
I'm just a
coming on next month.
housewife in Kentucky. Like, what the hell?
it's a good narrative, but that's not what you are. You know, like it's a very good headline. But we can't minimize it to
Mm-mm.
that. Obviously, shout out to everyone involved in Team Emo Kids Anonymous, the NapNet crew. CZB, who has taken on like a behind, like I haven't sent it to you yet, but we have like a full fucking like Catherine made us like a full breakdown of every guest we've had, and like down to like the genre and stuff like that. Like it's so fucking like in
Oh,
depth
I
just
could
to like,
use that.
right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. And she's like, I'm worried like like has Amanda made something like this? I'm like, no, like we need this. Like we are too busy for this. Like please, like
No. Yeah.
insert
Yeah.
yourself. So
Yeah.
like but the whole team at Never Phase Network and all our stuff like that, like and all the bands that have come on, like we just finished interviewing our friend Tori. That will be the next Wednesday
Hmm.
episode. But like, we're kind of get sentimental. Where it's just like we kind of inserted
Yeah.
ourselves into this on accident, and now like here we are, like bunch of
Yeah.
pals hanging out with pals, and hopefully
Yeah.
helping each other out.
That's the goal at the end of the day. And we've had some amazing guests on the show, friends of ours. I briefly mentioned Scardy B from Sugar Going In podcast. Of course, our friend Lisa over at Stereotherapy. She was one of our first guests. And, we've
Shout
also
out
had a
Lisa.
chance to yeah, shout out Lisa. She also, helped us with some guests. And then of course, our buddy Ryan, the Swemo guy. We had some fun
Yeah.
discussions about Taylor Swift on the podcast, and
We gotta
then
have Swimo guy back on soon.
we
I want to do an
do.
episode on like the Christ core chain there, that pipeline, like
Yeah.
2000s, like not of this
I feel
world.
like he lived that very
Yeah,
heavily.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Ryan, I would like to have you back on for that. But yes,
Yeah. And we've done everything for we had Ben Mensch Thurlow come on just talking about what it's like to be a booking agent in this day and age. And we've had, of course, Tori from Torytown talking about what it's like to run a DIY emo venue. And it's been incredible. We've had quite a ride, Rob. And we're only 100 episodes in. We're not even made the crazy thing is that we haven't made it to our year
no,
anniversary,
it's
which
not
is
even a
coming.
year. Yeah,
Not
it's
even a
insane.
year,
It's
which I
insane.
don't even know what's that has to be even bigger than this, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what we're gonna do for that. Yeah, we'll have to
I
throw an
will
actual.
dress in cosplay for that one. So
Yeah, yeah, we saw the request. We'll do that one for that.
yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's wild here. And we got to have a bunch of bands that we really fucking enjoy. Like I did like a year-end list, and it was like all 5 of the bands at the top of my year-end
Yeah.
list were literally on our show kind of thing. Like in my
Yep.
top 10 it was like 7 or 8 of the top 10, like, and that wasn't like favoritism. That was like, "Oh, I really like these records. You guys want to
Yeah.
come on our show?" "Oh, cool." Like, neato.
It's amazing that you get to have that opportunity. So we've been very blessed. And yeah, I know what we talked about is that we were going to answer fan questions. And so I had posted a video this morning asking everyone to give us some questions. And Rob, I believe we do have some questions
We do have some
from the
questions.
fans.
Before I get to those, though, I'm going to send you the last or the ones that were sent over on Instagram as well. I have a couple questions for you. What's your
Oh, God.
what's your favorite interview we've had on the show, and what's your least favorite interview we've had on the show?
Oh, you already know what my least favorite interview
It's
is.
it's Handguns by a fucking mile, right? They're the
Oh, my
worst.
God.
The
That was,
fucking worst.
I don't even care if it was a gimmick. The fact that I wasn't aware and I, it was It was not fun to be in that, and then my internet kept going down, and honest to God, I was kinda happy it did, but because I just wanted that to be over.
Oh, I was left with them,
Um,
and the police came to my fucking door and stuff
yeah,
like that. Like, no, uh, n- yeah, handguns handguns are fucked in general. Yeah, they're fucked.
yeah,
I really liked their legal
yeah.
representation though. Charlie Basil, like I was really into Charlie Basil.
Well, maybe he can start his own TV show, who knows? But in terms of my favorite interview, um, I really loved our 10-month summer interview because Nish is just so intelligent.
He's a sweetheart, huh?
Um
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of my favorite ones are the ones, I've been very blessed to get connected to some of them, like, Steph from Grey Wind, first of all, interviewing a band in Ireland, insane. Like, what? Like, that was
Does their
crazy,
record drop this upcoming
and
Friday? Is it this Friday it comes
it
out?
did,
The
yeah.
16th?
This Friday, yeah,
It, okay,
exactly.
wow, okay,
They
okay.
just released another single, Scarecrow, off of it, so which is so haunting and beautiful. But
Sick.
yeah, it's like getting to know Steph from Grey Wind, like that interview was great. And of course, I always love when I get to interview someone like Quinn from Cinema Melee Fairy, who's like a massive Fall Out Boy fan,
Yeah.
because then I get to vibe out with them, and that is where I get my true enjoyment. But honestly, Petty Hendrix, that was a fun interview because
Oh,
we were
Petty's the
like teaching
shit.
him about emo music,
He was a
and
sweetheart.
that
He's
was
so
he
sweet.
was such like so down to earth and just like honest to God wants to learn. And I just thought that was amazing. And he puts out amazing music.
No,
So
he's
yeah.
so sweet. I did on over at the NapNet Discord link in the description. I did like I should start them again. I was doing like every Thursday night I would go live for like an hour or two, and I was like playing music in there, and I played Petty Hendrix. I played Red Corvette, and I like sent like I texted him like like I took a picture of the screen like I'm showing these motherfuckers like your shit, and he texted me back like the next morning at like 4 a.m. just being like fuck, like he's like let me know next time I'll hop in with you, and I'm just like Petty's gonna come in the fucking
Okay.
Petty's gonna come in the Discord.
Beautiful.
Sick. Sick. Yeah. No,
I love
Petty's
it.
a favorite. Yeah. I think
Yeah. What about
that's
you?
fair.
What are your favorites? I mean, I would say Handguns might be your least favorite
Handguns
unless
is
you have
easily
another
the
one.
worst by a fucking mile. Oh, you guys are rotten. You know you're fucking rotten. Um, the best, Gami was cool.
Oh, Rylan, yeah.
Gami was cool. Jason Tate, you weren't here for Jason, but Jason was
No, it's not.
fucking such
That's
like I just
amazing.
was like
Yeah.
a little
A
boy.
legend. Yeah.
Um Holden was really cool because it was so early. Um
Awe-inspiring too. Yeah.
Right, yeah, and then there's like a few where it's just like I'm like, these are like the homies, and
Mm-hmm.
Dear Cincinnati, I love that one. I love both. I'm so bummed that the first Dear Cincinnati interview like botched out, like
Ugh, I
which
know.
I blame that on fucking David, but like that great time, no problemo was fucked.
Yeah, I love the No
No
Brother one.
Problemo
Yeah.
was so fucked. Dane from No Problemo hit me up. I gotta like put in I don't know when it is, but he's like, I'm in this band. He's like, I want to talk to you about Bald. He's in this band called Bald. And I'm like, Dane, whatever you say, if you want to fucking do it, like, I was like, oh, fucking whatever you say. You guys are fucked. I'm very curious to do whatever
Mm-hmm.
you guys want that involves hanging out. But like, them, great staff from Grey One, sweetheart. Same thing, like you said, just
Yeah.
so sweet. And Steph led to us getting Jason Tate, and Steph and Graywin have like, besides their album coming out, they have like a super cool announcement coming up, I'm guessing in the next few weeks that like,
Yeah.
yeah, like that's I'm stoked for them.
Me too.
Summer Brews, oh,
That was
Dikembe.
good. Yes.
Dikembe was
Dikembe
one
was
where
awesome.
it was like
Yeah.
I feel like me and Steven from Dikembe were like
You
our
vibed
best
hard.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people like, yeah, if I had to, yeah, my best friends I've made, people that like I just parasocially see as my best pals, like, yeah, Mike from Summer Brews and fucking,
Yeah. I feel like Rob's their older brother.
yeah, I'm just,
Maybe.
yeah, and the Cincy boys,
Or you
just,
might actually be their older brother.
Shane from Injustice, like, yeah, no. What was fucked is when we had thoughts on bowling on, oh, same thing, like Berkeley, I'd put him up
Yes.
there too, like, but
Yes.
it's like his, I think it's Troy from Dear Cincinnati, I get this follow on like TikTok, and I realize I'm like, it's the same last name, and I click, and I'm like, that's his mom. I'm like, we could have
Oh God.
we could have maybe went to high school together, like, fuck, like, how old am I?
No. What?
Yeah,
There's no way. I guess.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
Troy, your mother looks very young for her age, like, I relatively, I also see myself as older than I am too, probably, but very
It's
much
true.
like, yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
But yeah, we like all those. It's been a good time though. We've had it, but
It
more than
has
anything
been.
though, like the most fun is just when it's just me and you just fucking jibber jabbering, really.
Oh gosh, I know. I've learned so much about Rob over the last 10 months.
Yeah, I
More than
apologize for that.
probably more than probably anyone does, which has been amazing, and I'm excited to see how much more we learn about each other over the next 100 episodes,
Oh, there's
because
so
there's
much
still
over
more to
the next
come.
100. Oh, there's so many more.
I
We're
know.
gonna yeah, this year we're gonna be doing
Rob's hair's gonna
this
be
year
down to his, like, his
yeah, no, I might
chest.
get a haircut before then. We'll see how I haven't thought of a scenario yet that I would need to wrangle people up to generate a reason to cut it. But like, yeah, we'll be doing hopefully some festivals and stuff together maybe this summer. Like,
I'm
you know,
hoping.
like type you get some stuff going, especially now that we have like NapNet things working as well.
Yeah,
You know, I think it's going to be a fun year for us. I think we're going to have
it
some
will
weird
be.
and wonky guests. I think if this was our first 100 episodes, the next 100 are going to be I mean, we know some of the ones coming up alone, you know. They're going to be wonky. They're going to
Yeah,
be fun. They're
exactly.
going to be get bigger and better and weirder and also smaller too, you know. We'll
Yes.
also still be finding
Yeah.
random bands that we just fucking like, you know. We're not just going to go fucking Johnny Hollywood here interviewing fucking Pat Sajak and fucking Alex Trebek and shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Wait, did Alex Trebek pass
Trebek is dead. Yeah, Trebek is dead.
away? Okay.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
but
about it.
yeah, you're right. We're not gonna go that route. Um, but we are gonna keep with our roots. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what the next 100 looks like.
I am too. Now, as for these questions submitted to us by people, what do we got here? What do we
Mm.
got?
Oh, you want me to read them? Okay, I don't know. All right.
I'll
So
read through
I'm just
some first.
looking at
Let's
the
go back and
pictures that
forth.
you sent me. There
What
we
do you
go.
got? What do you got there? I'll go through the Instagram comment ones here for you first. I'll go through these. Let's go through some. How does Amanda stay looking
Okay, go through
25?
this.
What's her skincare routine? How is she such a baddie? That's from our friend Andy, Skate Girl 7.
Thank you, Andy. Well, it's not the blood of virgins, like contrary to what many people might believe.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
what I've been
mean,
hearing. You've been sucking down that adrenochrome and shit like that. That's what I fucking heard. Yeah.
honestly, I genetics, drunken elephant moisturizer, daily moisturizer, which is not cheap. But it's the only thing I use, and sunscreen in my makeup.
Ooh.
Uh But I've never had Botox, I've never had anything lifted. Like, I have friends I know who are younger than me who get, like, daily Botox. It never entered my mind to do that. I mean, I guess maybe I have some, like, wrinkles, because I think a lot, so I use this a lot,
Yes, yeah, those are
or I do
think
this when
lines.
my
Yeah.
nose is cold. Yeah. So, but it's all good. I don't know, it's just I think a large part of it is I I stay young at heart. Like, they talk about millennials and how we never stopped liking the things, or we went back to liking the things we liked when we were younger, and really embracing that because we could share it with our kids. And unlike our parents who typically like did the whole we grew up, we wear everything from Land's End, um, or Ann Taylor and LL
Shout out
Bean,
Ann
and
Taylor.
then we
Yeah.
just
Shout out
exactly.
LL Bean.
Or the yeah, shout out that. My Land's End coats were great when I was a kid. But like, we just kept embracing the things that we loved and then sharing with our kids instead of, you know, stopped listening to new things. I mean, I know there's still people who probably don't listen to new music or watch new movies or whatever the case. They say everything's not as good as it used to be. I'm sure they still exist in our day and age, but we're embracing our youth. And I think that helps keep us young, keeps me looking young, I guess, because it makes me happy. And when you're happy, I feel like it just, you see it in your face that, the endorphins, the less stress you have and stuff. Even though I have a lot of stress in my life, I mean, I feel like all that stuff, and I don't smoke, drink. I mean, I drink, but not like that. I don't smoke. So that also helps, I guess, too.
That is
And I have
true.
always had
Yeah.
like combination skin. So I'm the lady who still gets pimples even though I'm 40. So I'm sure all that plays into it. But yeah. That was a long answer for that question. It
Well,
didn't need to be
because
that long.
I'm noticing here. There's also another question. I just need to know how Amanda's makeup always looks. Italian emoji, fire emoji, and that's from Bartney.
Oh, I'm not even wearing that much makeup right now. I wear Merit Beauty, which I started wearing because of Vic Fuente's wife. So
Ooh.
there we go. Yep. It's Merit Beauty. It's a stick foundation, and I just think it gives a nice photo finish, especially when I'm on screen. And then I use Milk as the Milk is a brand, and it's like these little
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
small
like you're rubbing
sticks.
milk on your face.
Yes, I'm running around on my face.
I don't
No, they're
know.
like these little makeup sticks, and it's like I just use a blush, and then I use I'm not wearing the contour today, but I wear a contour, and then I just blend it all in, and then I put some mascara on typically, and brush out my eyebrows, which are all natural. When I was younger, I used to hate my eyebrows because they were always really thick. And back in the 90s, pencil thin eyebrows were in.
That was the
Everyone
move.
had
Yeah,
like
it
barely
was
no
different times.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom wouldn't let me like pluck them to oblivion. And then by the time I got old enough where I could go and get my eyebrows waxed, then pencil thin eyebrows weren't really in anymore. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just
Missed
gonna
out
like
on your
my
chance to go
eyebrows.
pencil
They
thin.
make me, you know, you know what? I'm not sad about that because it's hard to regrow your eyebrows, so I'm okay with that.
I wouldn't
This
know.
is
I've never had any
natural, it
work
just needs
done.
shaping. Yeah, like, people always ask me, like, if you have to put stuff in them and stuff. No, this is just, like, natural sh it's not like maybe some minor shaping, but that's it. I don't like so I went and got my eyebrows waxed, and when I was there, she's like, "Do you wanna get the lamination?" And that's when they kinda, like, make your eyebrows stay a certain way. She did it, and I said,
They
"That doesn't look any
laminate them
different than my."
motherfuckers?
Yeah, but it only stays like 6 weeks, and I was like, "Oh, this is $90 for this?" You know, an eyebrow wax is like 20 bucks, and I don't have to pay for like 6 weeks at a time, and, but I was like, my eyebrows don't look any different than when you did the $90 lamination. I'm not doing this ever again. This is stupid. I don't wanna do this."
Hell of an upsell. Hell of an upsell, ladies.
Yeah, hell of an upsell. You don't like, if you got it, flaunt it. There we go.
Okay. I also,
L Yeah.
a lot of these questions are low key kind of fucked up. How many times does Amanda have to reach things off the top shelf for Robb and it's a tax right? And is it a tax write off? I don't know what that means. How many pairs of booty
Are you saying
shorts
because
does
he's
Robb?
short?
I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it could mean. Congrats on 100, says our friend DJ Rostar. When is Robb coming to Canada? Never.
Thanks.
You're the Justin Herbert of
Rob,
podcasts, like the playoff Justin Herbert. That's fucked up to say to me
I
too.
don't know who Justin
What's
Herbert
Robb's
is.
diagnosis? Is asking a HIPAA violation. Um, and then our friend Jezzy said, as long as
Knows.
Robb is willing to disclose, it's not. I don't like any of these questions at all that were asked on this end on the Instagram comments. I'm gonna answer all of these with a pretty clear. I can reach things on my own because I have pretty good jumping skills for a white guy. Uh, no, not ever going to Canada. Too cold. And technical diagnosis up in the air. We're waiting to hear back from the Austrian doctors, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. It's
Yeah.
looking fucked.
Wait, but how many booty shorts do you own? Just one, right? Just the Pierce the Veil
I
one.
just own the one. I used to own these. I used to own two other pairs. I bought them when I was in Italy. But this is when I was a teenager. So this would have been basically, yeah, you
Mm.
thinking about me in those booty shorts. Yeah, it's like CP shit or something going on.
I'm
But
trying to
I
think
did.
about what kind of booty shorts did you buy in Italy? Like, that's my thing
They
is
were
what do
more
they look like?
like men's like undergarments, like Italian style, just like very
Briefs?
briefy but colorful as well. A nice lime
Okay.
green, a nice red. Nice
Like
undergarment, but
micro boxer briefs? Like micro boxer briefs?
yeah, shit's jammed up in
Okay.
there real tight. But yeah, technically only one pair of booty shorts right now. I'm happy that that was asked. Cat? Is that Cat? Is that who
Yeah,
asked that?
thank you,
Hold
Kat.
on. Yeah, thank you, Cat Jacobs.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question. Yeah. What's the okay? There's one last question on Instagram comments. What's the best Patrick Stump Kids Show theme song? I feel like that's one for you, Amanda. I don't fucking have an answer for that.
Oh, the Spidey and His Amazing Friends, hands down, is like the best theme song ever. I mean, he hasn't written a lot like hit I love his song. It's not a theme song, but it's a song played in Star versus the Forces of Evil. I love that song, but the Spidey theme is just amazing, and I wish I was in Madison Square Garden back in 2024 when he played it live with his acoustic guitar and his little speech at the beginning talking about how if he could tell that little chubby 8-year-old boy that he was gonna get to
Mm.
make this song, he wouldn't believe it. And then he played it and it was adorable and amazing, but Spidey hands down, yeah. I'm excited. I know the Hot Wheels one was okay. Um,
Did a
I'm not a
Hot
Hot
Wheels
Wheels fan
song?
in general. Yeah, he did
Who's a
something for
Hot
Hot
Wheels fan?
Wheels. I don't know, it was a Netflix show, and it's funny because I, like, made a video like, I used it and made a TikTok out of it, and it has, like, all these random it always, like I think it's bots who always comment on his stuff, but it still pops up. It's, like, a year old, but it always pops up, like, who's still looking at this video?
Right? Yeah, what's
Like, I don't
going
even know
on
the
here?
Hot Wheels
Yeah.
show like, what's happening? But, yeah, Spidey and Amazing Friends by far,
Hot
100%.
Wheels leading the way. That's all I know about Hot Wheels. I don't know. They
Yeah.
sell them at the grocery store. If you're selling your toy at the
They do,
grocery
yeah.
store, like you're fucking yeah, your shit's lost. I don't know. But
Remember when they used to be cool? Yeah, that was a
Hot
day.
Wheels, were they ever cool or did we just not like have a lot of
I
options?
think, like, in the n in we didn't have a lot of options in '90s, and for
That's
boys,
the
they were,
yeah,
like,
just
the hot item, besides them and, like, the wrestling action figures.
oh yeah, no, I went hard on the wrestling action figures obviously. But
Oh, I bet you did.
Hot
I bet you
Wheels,
have a
my
Stone
little
Cold Steve
brother
Austin
liked
somewhere.
those. Yeah, there's actually yeah, Benji has one here. I'm like 99% positive there's a Stone Cold here inside my
Yeah.
domicile now. But yeah, I haven't heard the Patrick Stump Hot Wheel track. I will have to get to. I heard one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my fucking life yesterday. Uh,
What was that?
I don't want to say one of our friends sent it. I'll say it was Kanan. Kanan sent me this song, uh, by Scene Queen, and some other a guy
Oh,
from a
you
band, and it was I wanted to fucking yeah. I thought about doing
you're not a Scene
as we
Queen
had.
fan.
I support the scene. I support the cause. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like I
yes.
support what she
What she
does,
stands
but
for?
yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't think maybe I'm not the demo. Maybe you know,
that's valid.
right?
I don't think you are. You
No,
just need
you're
to
right.
understand the message and accept it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I'm a 36-year-old straight guy, like if I liked it too much, you'd have to be like concerned. You know, like what's the ulterior
Oh, yeah.
motive here? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out, Scene Queen though, and shout out our friend Kanan. What questions you got over there from TikTok and our Instagram DMs? I see we did get a lot. Some of them, a
We did
lot of them were a
yeah.
lot less disparaging too. Like some of these are low key fucked up. The ones I read there. Uh, Hopefully you got some nicer
Mm.
ones.
Alright. No, let's get through some of these weird ones for you. When was the last time Rob blinked?
2011. I remember it was 2011. It was when the Coney thing went down. Early 2012 when the guy went fucking crazy and he started doing the pound off thing. I remember then I did like 6 blinks. But besides
Mm,
that, I don't, a lot of involuntary body motions aren't involuntary if you actually lock in and you believe in a higher power and that higher power is yourself and you believe in good and you have a pure heart. Like you don't have to fucking abide by the laws of
yeah.
human nature for a lot. You do for like the laws of human nature when it comes to like hurting people. Like you can't do robbery or killing or things like that. But like you
Yeah.
don't have to blink or do potty stuff at all if you just believe in yourself.
That's a really good message, Rob.
Thank
It's a
you.
good message.
Thank you.
This one also, is there anything worse than being a Chargers fan? I can't answer that as I'm not a Chargers fan.
No, there's not. There's not. What other fucking questions do you have? There's not at all. There's not at all. There's nothing worse at all. This is the worst part of my fucking life. I
Okay. Um,
fuck. That was
if it
Devin,
weren't
huh?
sh it
That
was
was that
Devin.
fucking
It was
animal Devin.
Devin.
Fuck that guy, huh?
This one's from CZB. If it weren't Shaggy, then who else could it possibly have been?
Shaggy did such a good job gaslighting. It really could have been anyone, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
well, I mean,
could have been R.
he's
Kelly.
he's speaking on behalf of his friend. I believe his name is Ricardo. The woman says she caught him in the shower.
Yeah.
Bathroom floor. All these scenarios. It's really
I was gonna
the
say,
evidence. The evidence is inconclusive.
no, I think it's R. Kelly because he's sung
Oh,
about
R. Kelly
being in
could
the
have been
bathroom.
there.
He's yeah, I mean, I blame R. Kelly. Let's just say that. It wasn't Shaggy at all. It was R. Kelly.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I am for that, and I'm super pro Shaggy, pro Mr. Boombastic in general, Mr. Lover Lover. Like, yeah,
Same, yeah.
yeah. I like the Angel song as well.
That's also a good song.
That's a
He
great
has some
song.
bangers.
No,
Well,
legit. There's a
50,000 had a
great.
lot
I
of
think
bangers.
is it
Yeah.
Vice, I think, where they have these like how the song's made. They have like the Michelle Branch and the Papa Roach one, but they have one on making It Wasn't Me. It's so fucking sick. It's so good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shout out Shaggy. If you like emo music, we could talk. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I've never done this before. Hold on.
I don't know
I've
what
never
he
done this
hasn't done
before.
before
Photo my ID.
because he usually gets food. So I don't know what the hell is just happening right now.
Quick scribble for me.
That's me.
Perfect. You're all
I really
good.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Take care.
What
So
did you just do?
I just earlier, I our friend Tori before the interview mentioned getting trashed, and I was like, "Oh, I have a couple claws in there." So during our interview, I had a couple claws, and then I just like ran out and got bored, so I door dashed.
More
Yeah,
claws.
I've never done the
I didn't even know you
DoorDash. I didn't know you could do that at all. Yeah, I just yeah, I have a good
DoorDash
setup with my
alcohol. Yeah,
phone where if I look at it and I kind of just wish something, it'll happen.
I too have that with Amazon on my phone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. I had to disable that feature on my Amazon because Benji is very into Jason toy and zombie toy and
Oh
a lot of
gosh, yeah.
the algorithm starts getting fucked up and all of a sudden I look like the 40-year-old virgin over here with a bunch of fucking horror movie toys getting ordered to my doorstep. Which is cool,
That's
nothing
exact.
wrong with that, but like
But that's not your vibe.
it's just it's tough because like there's specific things I like to shop for and it throws off my
Yes.
Amazon algorithm,
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
WWJD, what would Jeff Bezos deliver? A lot of toys, and that's not what I asked for.
It's not. All right, this one is a good one. Which of you has been to the most shows and how many if you've even counted?
How many you
So,
got?
I actually did once count. I have a notes app. Like
What is that? What is that's like one of those games they advertise on like TikTok or Instagram.
concerts I've been to. Oh, I didn't count it though. I don't think like okay, darn it. 1, 2, 3.
Been to. That's yeah, I feel like you're gonna beat me on there because there's probably like a good decade where I just couldn't afford to go to shows, but it's because like I was
Well,
playing
same.
like 8 of my own a month. It's like
Yeah, so
tough.
that's the thing. Like there's a like for 2016 to like 2023, I did go to shows, but not that many at all because I was a new mom and life and all that stuff. Oh shoot, now I've seen them more times. Hold on. I don't know. I would have to count all these up. I could just list off people I've seen. NSYNC 3 times, Britney Spears 2 times, Justin Timberlake 3 times, Usher twice, Yellow Card, Red
Usher
Jumpsuit.
twice? You saw Usher once, then you're like, I gotta go see Usher
Yes,
again?
because I saw him in DC. I wanted to get tickets to the Confessions tour over the summer before college started in 2004. So I bought us tickets, but they were nosebleed seats in DC. And I was like, first of all, I'm terrified of heights. And we were at the very, like, you couldn't even get more
In
back to
DC,
the
you
top.
said?
Yeah, in DC at, I don't
MCI
know,
Center?
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it is, the
Yeah.
Capital One Arena now or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were at the very tippy top, which for me was so, oh my gosh. So then I guess he announced a fall tour. And so I bought tickets for me and my friend Zakita to go see him floor seats in whatever arena in Philly. They've all changed names a handful of times. And so then I got to see him at the
Wells
floor, which
Fargo.
is
Yeah.
cool. Wells Fargo, because it's cool because at the time Kanye opened for him. Kanye was not Kanye West we
What
know
year was
now.
this?
2004. So Jesus
Oh,
Walks
so
just
sick. College
yeah,
Dropout era Kanye.
yeah. And then John Legend, right?
Oh.
Ordinary People. Like that was it.
Oh,
So they
so
opened for
sick.
him. And then
How
I got
much
to
were
see
the tickets
Usher.
too? Fucking like $39?
I don't know. My mom bought him, though. I do not
Oh,
know how much they were, but that's probably one of my like favorite like concerts because knowing who those people become later on, like John Legend, like he wasn't
right?
married to what's her name yet, and he wasn't John
Chrissy
Legend.
Teigen, yeah.
Yeah, Kristen Teigen, and then Kanye wasn't fucking Kanye. He
Kanye
just
wasn't
like a
Kanye yet, yeah.
no, like we didn't know what he was going to become. So it's
No,
really cool to get to
2004?
see them.
No.
No, not at all. And then of course Usher, is always half naked in his shows, doing his dances, super hot, sings
Just
great.
when I thought I said all I could say, my chick on the side says she got one
Exactly.
on the way.
Exactly. And it's hard because, like, when I look at these, like, yellow card, red jumpsuit, I've seen now yellow card twice by themselves, but I've also seen them at festivals, same with red jumpsuit. Fall Out Boy, I've seen 25 times. So that right there already puts you
How
up like
many?
25 times, which I know people who've seen it way more than that. But
20
25
fucking
times.
5?
Yeah, 25 times.
That's
Um,
insane numbers. I've probably seen Alkaline Trio the most.
I love
I want to say if I include like Matt Solo, maybe, maybe pushing close to fucking 20. Maybe. And I'm leaning towards like
maybe.
probably closer to like in that 15 to 20 range, like 14 to 21 area, probably realistically. You're talking
Yeah.
25? And every Fall Out Boy show is more expensive than the fucking than the most
Oh,
expensive Alkaline Trio show, I'm
yeah.
sure.
And
You know?
and the most I've seen have been of this era. So yeah, they are way more expensive than what
Yeah.
I saw for like
Yeah. Most of those
two
Alkaline Trio
thousand and like
tickets I got
six
were
to like yeah.
16 to like $28 or something like that, you
Yeah.
know? Like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Pete,
But I don't
yeah.
know. I've seen Hinder, Breaking Benjamin, daughter Daughtry, Ludacris, Nelly. I saw The Fray twice, which is insane. One time I saw him for free because I was working at the Electric Factory venue as like a ticket taker, like
In
person and
Philly?
like security. Yeah, in Philly. I did that over the summer, like in college. And I had to work, and it was the best because they told me to work the ADA area, which is slightly raised because Electric Factory is all standing room only, and then you have the top floor. But this is slightly raised, so I just had to hang out, make sure no one entered the ADA area, and I got to watch The Fray.
Mm.
And that was when they were in their like Grey's Anatomy peak era, right? Like that was Grey's Anatomy came out, How to Save a Life, all
I
that
was going to
jazz.
say, you were literally there trying to make sure in the ADA
Yeah,
section, you were there to save a life. Wow.
to save a life. Well, to keep people from being assholes and going in there. But then I had like
Yeah.
that's the also the same way I saw the Zach Brown band at the Tweeter Center, which is now whatever it is in Camden. It's not the Tweeter Center anymore, but I had to work
In
security
Camden?
at New
I've been to
Jersey at
Camden. That
the
place is a
Zach Brown
fucking
band.
dump, huh?
It's a terrifying. It's one of the most at one point it was the most dangerous city in the United States.
I
I
was
don't know
gonna
if
say
it
I
is
went to
anymore, but
Camden.
it
I
was
got a
when I was
sandwich
young,
in
it
Camden.
was.
I got a
Oh,
sandwich
I would
there.
never
The food
I
was
didn't
good.
stop in Camden.
Oh
No,
yeah,
we
no, I
just
went there with my
drove
buddy
and we drove
Tyler.
out. No, yeah, we
Good
crossed the
call.
river, we parked, and then we drove back out. We did stay. Um, then there's a good time when I lived in Kentucky and I saw Jason Aldean, Lady Antebellum, or Lady A now. I saw Skillet at a water
This is a
park in
rough run
Arkansas.
right here. Yeah. This is not your,
What
not
else?
the coolest run. Yeah. What else we got here? You go
No,
fucking
this is
see.
not. I saw Bone Thugs and
What else you got
Harmony
there?
back then too.
Okay, Bone
I
Thugs.
saw
Have I
Puff.
told you before? I saw Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was the most
No,
fun show I've ever been to in my life. Have I told you this?
no, I've
I
never
won
heard this.
tickets for
No,
free on Twitter, and I'd never been to like a hip hop show really before. And I was at House of Blues in San Diego, where like the worst venue I've ever been to, where like every time I was there, dudes were punching each other. And I go to this hip hop show, and just like I was used to shows where everyone, like, you start smoking weed, people come take it away from you. At this show, everyone's just kind of standing like a foot or two apart. Everyone's got their own everyone's just like smoking joints and just like having a nice time.
beautiful.
And I'm just sitting there like giggling the whole time. Like, I can't believe, like, they were doing like an anniversary tour where they're playing like, was it like
Yeah.
1996 the Eternal album, like front to back?
Yep.
It was
Mm-hmm.
so fucking sick. The opener, I don't know what the fuck their name was, but they did Why Can't We Be Friends? But they did I Smoked Weed Again instead. Like, that was
Oh,
the
I love
line.
it.
So much fun at this show. So much fun. Shout out Bone
They
Thugs.
and they're
Crazy
good
Bone.
live. Yeah.
They're
Shout
sick
out
as
Bone
fuck.
Thugs.
Yeah.
They're so
Yeah.
good live. Yeah, but I've seen all. Well, now that I've seen the Backstreet Boys, I also saw O Town. So I've seen all the boy bands of that era. Um, Interesting ones I've seen. I saw Walk the Moon, which was in Louisville at one time. I had a
Which
friend
one
who was
was
really
that?
into
Was that
Walk
the
the
one
Moon.
with the like
Um,
multiple people on the guitar?
I think so. I was in the
Or am I
back.
thinking of
It's the one, oh God.
Is Walk the
What's
Moon the Shut Up and Dance with Me one?
yes, that's them. Yeah, those people.
Anna Son.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
Shut Up
that's
and
different.
Dance.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of something else. I'm thinking
Anna's
of like
Son.
Walk
That was
Off
my
the
friend
Earth or
Melanie's
something.
favorite. Yeah. I saw 10 Years. That's a butt rock band from
I've
I
never
saw
heard of that
them
fucking butt
at the
rock
Rev
band.
Room in Arkansas. Yeah.
That sounds
My
fucking
ex-boyfriend in
awful.
college, I got him tickets to see a band called Ween, Ween. Does anyone know
Oh,
who
we know
they
Ween.
are?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, we took the Chinatown bus up to New York. We stayed in a hostel, which was so terrifying to go see this band for his
Sick.
birthday present. So you're welcome, Victor, wherever you are. This one, I don't know if this one's kind of this one's kind of embarrassing. But because I went to Temple University, I got a lot of opportunities to see a lot of people that have been canceled. Um, and one of those was P. Diddy. So we had so at
I was like, who's she gonna say? Who's she gonna say it's embarrassing? Oh, they got canceled. Who the
I
fuck's
got
it
two
gonna
of them.
be? P.
I got
Diddy.
two people. Yeah, P. Diddy. It was and Mary J. Blige. She was there too. It was a Rock the Vote. So we got in to see them do
Shit.
the Rock the Vote
It's the most
concert. They
2008 shit I've
played,
ever heard. They're doing
performed.
an Obama
Yeah,
rally.
yeah, the
Oh
Obama rally, and
fuck.
we all showed up. I was like, Puff Daddy and Mary J. Blige, like the whole crew was there. Now that's not good. But in the same year, I
That's not
also
good.
you have to also say, being from Temple University, I've also seen Bill Cosby twice live because
Bill
I clearly he doesn't
Cosby.
do this now. But in 2004, when I went to my freshman orientation, Bill Cosby came and spoke at my freshman orientation. And then when I graduated from Temple University in 2008, Bill Cosby came to talk. I have video of Bill Cosby like giving his speech. I'm like, I can never show this to anyone now because this asshole's been canceled. But this did happen. It's crazy. And oh God, I was just thinking of when I was
So just to
thinking
be
about
clear, you're
Puff
counting
Daddy.
here one
What?
concert of Sean Puffy P Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. Just one performance of the man. I'll be missing you. Fucking all about the
Yep.
Benjamins.
Yep.
Just one,
Mhm.
but two.
Yeah.
Not one, but two Bill Cosby performances.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were speeches, so I don't know if that counts.
So
but
yeah.
I
Also to be
mean,
clear, you didn't. I mean, at the time,
to
we
be
really
fair,
need
I
to
did
fucking.
pay for all of these things because I went to college there,
I was
so
gonna
I
say.
paid for
I was
all.
gonna say. Yeah, you did, but you didn't pay directly, right? Like you didn't. Yeah, and in
No, it was
2008,
all free.
Bill Cosby. It's hard to remember. Bill Cosby in 2008 was basically like fucking like top 15 most
Yeah.
respected people, and P Diddy too.
Yeah.
Different
In 2000.
times.
Yeah. Yeah. Different times. And then the other So I've been, like, probably over 100 concerts easily. I mean, but another crazy one that was also free, when I lived in Arkansas, my friend and I, obviously I'm progressive, it's not a secret, I'm a Democrat. So we did and if you are familiar with Arkansas, you know that one of our presidents is from Arkansas, and that is Bill Clinton.
One of our
And his l and her lovely and his lovely wife, Hillary. So they have
shout out
a
Hillary Clinton.
library. Because every president has their own presidential library, and they had the Clintons' library, and I've been there so many times, because it's a fun place. There's not much to do in Little Rock on a Sunday
All
afternoon.
the honey. Yeah, you're in Little Rock. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
it's fun, but they had a fundraiser for the event. It was like 2014. So my friend and I got free tickets to go to the fundraiser to go see Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton talk, but also see Nick Jonas perform. And this is when he just went solo, so Jealous had just come out, and then also Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh.
It was
That's where I was like,
yeah,
it was Thoughts on Bowling. I was like, this is the second time the presidential library has come up on this show. Okay, I was the Arkansas
yeah.
tie. It connected there.
The
Okay.
Arkansas tie, yeah, so that I've had yeah, easily I mean, then you count the festivals and yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot Pierce the Veil. Maroon 5, I only saw Maroon 5 when they were just Songs of Jane era.
Who were we talking to that also saw Maroon 5? We talked to someone who also saw Maroon 5.
That was their first concert, wasn't it?
Who was it? It was someone where it was not at a cool time.
It was someone younger. It was not it was a was it oh, the Thoughts on Bowling, wasn't it Berkeley?
No, I don't think so. Was it? No, it was before that,
No,
I think.
I can't remember. You're gonna have to go back and look. I thought it was a more recent interview because I was like, but I could be wrong. Oh my gosh, I don't know now.
I don't know. Someone. Oh my
Okay,
God.
I monopolized that question though, but how many shows do you think you've been to that you didn't perform
I
at?
don't.
Like that you were your shows, I guess.
That I just went to as like a person. Probably, I would say
Yeah,
close to over 100 by now. But
there we go.
same thing. There was like such a long stretch where just
Yes.
no, there was like probably like the 2010s where I probably went to one like actual show a year at most.
Yeah, same.
You know, like
Yeah.
I was it final boss fight? No.
No, because I don't think I was on that
Yeah,
episode.
final boss fight. Yeah, that was who could it have
Was
been?
I?
Yeah. Who
We
was it?
just like it wasn't Quinn from Cinema Stare.
No, Pretty Suspect
No,
was it
because
couldn't have been that's a long time ago.
it wasn't Life and Idol, right?
No, it was before that. It
No.
wasn't Ben Quad, it wasn't Dikembe.
I
I
really
don't
thought it was
know who it could have been. Could it have been No Problemo or Low Phase? I
I don't
don't
know. Can I
know.
AI search? Could someone search
Right?
our
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna assume 100 shows or so. Probably played 100 as well. But feel like you had me beat on this one. Feel like you had me beat.
I mean, there was a stretch I didn't go to shows, but yeah, there was a time when I did that a lot. And now, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you got me beat. Yeah.
we'll
I
give it
mean,
to me,
also
yeah.
also off
Well,
the years
to be fair,
alone, because I didn't start going to show like pre
oh, yeah.
2007. It's like unless it was like a local Grand Prairie band at like the church venue. At
It's
that point I'd seen
true.
like Alkaline Trio and Rancid, and that was it for like actual shows like with bands that like people had heard of, kind of thing. or Hawk
Yeah,
Nelson, the Christian.
that's
Yeah, shout
right.
out Definitely Maybe. I saw them, but that was in Grand Prairie. That was like same kind of thing. So like just off
Yeah.
like logistics alone, like I don't think I've had like enough time on the floor to kind of, enough time on the floor plus
Yeah.
time with expendable income not in a band and not during
So
pandemic.
it's yeah, because I would say like 98 was probably the first time I went to a show.
Oh
That was
yeah.
the NSYNC. Yeah. So that would have been
Yeah.
the first time.
98, yeah,
Clay Aiken, I
98
forgot I
hours.
saw
Yeah,
Clay
fuck
Aiken.
that.
I forgot I saw Clay Aiken a long time ago too. God, why did I do
Damn.
that?
He got caught up
It
too,
was
didn't
at
he?
the I think so, yeah. It was at
Did he?
Music
Yeah, because
Fest.
he
It's
was
a
talking about being
it's a fair and
invincible
festival thing.
in that girl or boy's room and stuff like that. Like, I feel like he got in trouble for that.
Yeah, I know. Well, if at being my age, anyone I would have seen, I would have. There's questionable things that could have happened at some points.
It happens. It happens. No big deal.
No big deal. All right. So another question: how do you define pop punk? Where's the cutoff to when it becomes a different genre? That's interesting.
I
Like musically, for you, you could probably explain musically what you would define as pop punk.
Yeah, but it varies, you know? Like, I mean, if like pop punk would have more standard tuning and drop D tuning and would be more upbeat songs with more power chords and octave chords and major
Yeah.
bright sounding things and sing along choruses and the like. And emo would be a little more at its core frantic, uh artistic maybe. I don't know. I don't know, because it's also a thing where it's like this is this is going to be its own episode, by the way, eventually, like very soon. Like this will be its own episode completely. But
Yeah.
like, um, when Patsy from the Low Blow was here, she's like, emo is like, or pop punk is created with the intent of like commercial intent of like you want it to be catchy
Yeah.
and to be sing alongy and have like a hook and be
Yes.
commercial, whereas like emo is more just like this motherfucker's having a breakdown over some music kind of thing. And
Mhm.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that sums it up so well, but I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think that's valid because even like when you think of like where's that line between straight up punk and pop punk? I think it's where it is that catchy hook, it's that commercialism aspect of it that I think draws a line, at least lyrically and sonically. Um, because you think about a lot of true punk may not be as commercially digestible as say like a Blink 182, Green Day.
Yeah,
There's stuff that really, started popping off, like Sum 41, things like that. I think at the end of the day, it is about that. It is about the hooks. It's about the melody. And that's hence why the word pop is placed in there because that's what pop
e-
music is
e-
all about, right? Hooks and catchiness.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because pop
Yeah.
punk, if you want to like get weird about it, like you could say like the Ramones are pop punk, the Descendants are pop punk, Bad Religion is pop punk, NoFX is pop punk, Rancid, blah blah blah, because they have this like element of pop songwriting. Once you start, the Misfits are pop punk. Once you start getting a little Beach Boys with it, you're becoming pop music at its core. You know what I mean? Like once you
Yeah,
start Beach
exactly.
Boying it and there's some harmonies and stuff like that, like you're kind of getting away from, what punk is. But then again, like what is punk? Like is punk like an ideology? Is it a sound? Is it ethos?
Hmm.
Like I don't know. It opens itself up into like a wider range of doors,
It does.
that
Yeah, I agree.
I'm happy exists because it gives us something to ramble and rant about and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's almost like how much of this actually matters, you know?
Yes, I know. We've had those discussions with friends of ours in NapNet, for example. Like at the end of the day, genre lines are so blurred. Like you take a band like Fall Out Boy,
Yeah.
where are they really emo, but
Are they
are
emo?
they
Are they
really
pop
pop
punk?
punk?
Are they pop
Or are
rock?
they true pop? Are they
Are
pop
they
rock?
exactly? Are they a pop band? Like, are they?
Are they arena
And
rock? Like where
I
does it
think
fit? Like where's the line?
genres are really important in the sense of like loose classifications in general are important for the sake of like categorization. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot different
Like
now that everything's
FYE.
digital.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like FYE or like you're at the Blockbuster. Like okay, comedies are separate from dramas, just so you have an idea of what you're going into. If you're on Netflix, you're in the mood for something, you kind of have an idea of what you're going into. But a comedy could be anything from Stranger Than Fiction to Little Miss Sunshine to Airplane to Dirty
Yeah.
Work to fucking, like
Which that's a whole other thing when you like if you look at movies and stuff and TV and you're like, why is The Bear a comedy? There's no
right, yeah,
comedy in that show.
same thing, right? And like I
Stop
know less about
categorizing it
that word,
this.
but that too, like where it's like I know less about that world and I'm less involved in that world, so I'm less likely to think about it. But I'm sure there's some fucking like cinephile podcast of like letterboxers who are just
Oh,
like,
well,
yeah,
I think about it a lot.
yeah, like where that's a same thing. It's like, how is that a comedy? Like, what's funny about this? Like, I don't know. So like,
Well, if you
the,
the reason they put that in because it's a 30-minute show, that's why they do it.
oh, it's
And most
based off like,
sitcoms for
okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Because I was gonna say
because it's
for
not
music,
fair.
like it makes sense in the sense of like back in the day when we'd go to the store and we'd buy music, and every album was like a physical like investment. Like knowing what you were getting was a lot more valuable. I think you know what I mean. Like knowing what you're going
Yes.
into. Okay, this is sounds like this. I know what I'm getting into. Whereas now it's like it doesn't matter. Everything is the same, $9.99 a month or whatever, and they more so
Yeah.
exist just to kind of guide you in a direction. But like,
Yeah. And now it's like it's not like they have genres still in Spotify, etcetera, but now you can like with the way the AI and the algorithms work, things like Spotify can curate playlists just because if so many people are listening to this band, they're also listening to this band, also listening to this band, and then sub kind of this artist, then they can start curating lists for you based off
yeah,
of not only your listening history, but other people's who are kind of like your listening history. And then, yeah, when that happens, do genres matter?
it's just something for us to ramble about and for like people to like when you're younger, they're fun to dive into. It's exciting. But as you get older, the more time you spend discussing and debating and discoursing over like genre specifics, it's not good behavior. And I say that as someone that gets very deep in it. This is not good behavior.
Yeah. Well, I always think it's a way to discount certain pieces of art, like so pop music in general, right?
Yeah, okay.
When you classify something as pop, you always I think they do that in a way like almost to discount the creativity or the artistry. And you can say the same thing in so I was looking at my books and I was thinking the same thing, like a romance novel. As soon as you classify something as a romance novel, suddenly it doesn't mean as much as being a, you know, fiction book on the NY bestseller, right? Because it's a
Wow. Okay.
romance
So same
novel.
same thing.
Like,
Where
yeah,
maybe not so much with emo now. I think maybe if you get really deep into our scene, like if you're like in our world, okay, pop punk is like a slur and emo, I think outside of our world, both of these things are fucking slurs. You know what I mean? Like neither of these things are
yeah.
being said nicely by like the normal adults.
Mm-mm.
But like, yes, like what you like even I'll catch myself doing it where it's like, oh, I really like this. Like this is a really good pop punk, but it's like in my head, like pop punk is at a different level than this. It's at a different level than that. Like,
Yes.
okay, my favorite artist is Bruce Springsteen, but I've listened to Blink 182 just as much, if way longer, if not more. But it's like, oh, that's different
Mhm.
things and it's like these are bullshit things when you remember like art at the end of the day is like expression and like not with like the chiseling
And
motherfuckers, but
subjective.
with painting motherfuckers. Like a
Oh,
Pollock
yeah.
painting is seen as fine art. Like the guy's just kind of slopping things on there, right? Like, is that any different than like
Yeah, yeah.
pop music? You know what I mean? Like, who are we to say what will stand up? Like, when the Beatles drop, I want, hold your hand and stuff like that. Like, that's, I'm sure at the time, very much seen as teeny bopper, bubblegum,
Oh, it
Backstreet Boys
was,
of its
yeah.
time. Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
held lived through like the test of time and has gone on to become like something that
Yes.
we respect a lot. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
interesting to see how time plays on with that.
Yeah, I agree completely. Alright, so this question, I think you could probably answer this better than I can, since I've never started a band. Any tips for emo musicians or bands just starting out? I know we've talked about this with bands we've interviewed, but yeah. What are your quick
This is
tips,
one that
Rob?
I saw on Instagram and I made it a point to respond to them to let them know that we were going to answer this one because I think this is a cool one. And like, we've kind of like halfway touched
Yeah.
on stuff like this, but let me say, as someone who has been in bands, this is advice coming more from like things I've learned through failure as opposed to things I've learned because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. More so like these are things in general. Number one, if you want to start an emo
Mhm.
band or you want to start any band in general, realize that it's 2026. Anytime north of the year 2000, realize that like you're getting into this because you love fucking music. If you're getting into this for fame or money or anything like that, you're
Could be disappointed.
go download Fruity Loops, start making some beats, start rapping, make some videos in like a towel where you're doing covers or something like that. Try that instead. But if you want to be in a band, here's what I would do. One, write a song every day. If you can't write a song every day, write a song every week. If the song fucking sucks, it probably doesn't actually suck. The song is done. One of the things I noticed in my life as a musician and as someone that went to music school and like songwriting, stuff like that, people will get very hung up on perfecting ideas and the like. The idea that you have is always the best when you first come to mind with it. You might have tweaks or things later on, but oftentimes the things that come to your mind that are the easiest and most like thought free are usually like the best ideas for a song. Um, I'd be waking up in the morning, and what I was taught by a mentor of mine was Michael Anderson. He wrote Maybe It Was Memphis, the great country hit of the early
Mhm.
90s. But you have a notebook by your bed. And when you first wake up, you write in there. It's called Morning Pages because when you first wake up, your mind is like its most free and like there's like ultimate vulnerability and you're not really like thinking things through yet. Like this is your most like honest thoughts. I'd be doing all this and just fucking writing songs and trying to get songs done and done and done and just fucking going. If you think it's not good, just fucking write the next one because no matter how much you work on it, it's not going to be good to you. But the chances are it probably is good. When you're done all that and you've actually been fucking working on music and all that and you feel comfortable with that, I would make an account for you on social media. I would go on TikTok and Twitter and I'd be posting my shit constantly and I'd find creative ways to do it when it comes to TikTok and Instagram. I would see what the other bands are doing and I would do it in a way that kind of pokes fun at them while following in the same algorithm. Wow, you finally found a band that sounds like, but put something fucking dreadful there that you find funny, that people that like you would find funny. Go on Twitter and TikTok and start fucking messaging and engaging with the bands that you like. And if the bands that you like are too big, then engage with the bands smaller than the ones you like who are touring with the bands you like, that are opening for the bands you like. Get in touch with them. Start building a community, start building a fucking like a network of friends. Um, you'll see other artists, especially smaller artists in our world. There's kind of a divide where it's a very DIY or very like I like to call it like Warp Tour core when it starts getting a little more poppy. You'll see these people with perfectly curated algorithms and aesthetics on like their social medias and the like. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. That eliminates any sort of authenticity. People want to look at you and they want to see something real. So present to them something real. Give them the real fucking you. Do Instagram or TikTok lives where these people get to know you, where they get to watch you practice songs and they get to watch you fucking suck. So they get to come up with you kind of thing. At the same time, fucking don't be afraid to look like an asshole. Don't be afraid to suck. Book shows with as many people as you want. Play as many shows locally as you can until you start getting some sort of following to where you think you can bring more than 25 to 30 people to a show and then start getting a little more selective with it. But still the same thing. Be willing to play. Realize that part of being in a music scene is being in a scene, and a scene is collective. You need to put in something to it. So you need to be networking with other bands. You can't just be looking out for yourself because that's how you're going to get fucked. If you don't give a fuck about anyone, no one's going to give a fuck about you. And you need to give back to your scene. And we've seen it here with bands. Like I've seen like someone like Ryland. Ryland had no business coming on this show. You know what I mean? Like I just tweeted at him. But I
Mhm.
think Ryland was like, hey, they've had Combat on. This is a show. They're working with other bands in the scene. I came from this world. He realizes where he comes from. And there's a reason Origami Angel is fucking getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So like just
It's true.
fucking grinds. Don't be afraid to fucking shit the bed. Don't be afraid to look like an asshole. Realize that no matter what, you're going to look like an asshole to someone. Anyone on the internet that says you look like an asshole, these are people scrolling on their phones during their bathroom breaks at the jobs they fucking hate. Their opinions don't matter. And if their opinions do matter and if they say nice things, then it's the opposite. These are fucking friends of yours because the same sense, like there's tons of people that like our show, that follow us online, that we have a connection with, right? Like beyond this show, like, yes, there's cool
It's
benefits. We
true.
get to talk to cool bands, do this or that. People like our stuff, but like we've made friends through it. And when you're in a band, when you're coming up, find those people that are your fans, that are real fans, that are connected to you, work together. They want to help you. And it's the same thing there where it's just like fucking stick together, realize that this is at the end of the day, this is the happiest moment in your life. If you're playing at a show
Yeah.
when you like open your eyes when you're playing a show and there's like even if there's 3 people there and you look over and like you have your buddies there and stuff like that's awesome. That's so much fun. When you're old as fuck, that's what's going to be what you remember when you're like looking back on your life is those moments. So realize that it's the
I agree.
journey, not the destination. And even if you get to the destination, it's more fun to do the journey. You know, like the journey is still the fun. I feel good on that. That's a good that's my
I
that's my
feel good
rant
on
on
that
starting an
too.
emo band. Also I would start band beef. Start beef, start drama, find bands that are your friends, stir shit
That's a
up.
good point.
Life is wrestling, and I've heard it from like multiple bands that came on here and bands that we're friends with where they kind of pick fake fights with each other. People naturally like drama, and if you can create drama in a sense that's like fun and happy and well-intentioned, then it's even better because you're going to get the attention and it's fun, but it's not an actual negative thing. You're just like having a good time with buddies. So everyone wins.
I like that. That's a good viewpoint.
There we go. I'm good on
That is
that
good.
question
That
now.
is good. Yeah, that's good advice. All right. Um, I think so. Eric had. I guess we kind of covered this a little bit in terms of like
Eric had some interesting ones.
arguing about
Yeah,
what
let's kind of touch
constitutes
on
like.
Eric's there. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had one. Do you have any made up terms you use to group bands and artists together? And what bands would you put under the term? My favorite is complaint rock, which is using clueless and may have actually been more common amongst Gen Xers than I thought. Um, I mean, obviously the biggest one that comes to mind is mall emo, which I would put in
Mall
like
emo, yeah.
MCR, Fall
Mall
Out Boy,
emo.
Panic at the Disco. Yeah, that was a big one in our generation. And I remember Complaint Rock and Clueless. That was
I don't, yeah.
what bands were those that Paul Rudd listened to in Clueless?
He
I
because
got
the
to Google
Smoking
it
Popes are in
just
Clueless,
to
right?
remind myself.
By the way,
I don't know.
Smoking
I remember
Popes,
the
if
Mighty
you're
Mighty
watching
Boss
this and
Tones.
you'd like to come on the show, we would love to have you on Smoking
We would
Popes.
love to have you.
Yeah, you're so welcome on the show.
Let's see. Looking at Complaint Rock. Um, it was heavily celebrated by Gen X,
Those
and
Gen Xers are wild, huh? They just be fucking doing anything and shit.
they were a different breed. Mm-hmm.
I like them. I think
They
spiritually,
really
I
were.
envision, spiritually, I see myself as a Gen Xer. I'm very like trans when it comes to my generation. I'm generational.
I could see that. I think some people would consider maybe Radiohead at the time would have been Complaint Rock. Um, I'm not seeing any band specifically, but like for us it's mall emo. That was what everyone called. Oh,
Mall
okay.
emo.
Pavement, Smashing Pumpkins. Okay. Those are
Okay.
bands that would be Complaint Rock. I could see Smashing
Gen
Pumpkins,
X
which
rock
is
bands.
hilarious
Yeah.
because
Okay.
then you get MCR and mall emo later on. Yeah.
Yeah. I would also say
Yeah.
butt rock is a big one, I think, in general of our worlds, because, like, that's not a real genre, right? These
Or
are
Divorced Dad
post-grunge bands.
Rock.
They're hard rock
No.
bands. Divorced Dad Rock is like the Gen
Yeah,
Z
but
version, the
same
TikTokified
thing.
version of butt rock. Like, those are big ones.
Ex-
I like to
no,
I like to
except
classify.
yes,
What were you
go
say?
ahead.
What were you
No,
say?
in the terms of a divorced, unfortunately with Divorced Dad Rock, I am seeing now third wave emo bands and pop punk bands enter into the mix.
Well,
I've
we're
seen
entering the age
playlists
of
curated by
divorce, Amanda. I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've
Oh,
heard this, but yeah, we are in our
I'm all
age
too
range.
familiar
Yeah.
with this I'm all
Yeah.
too familiar with this concept. I wasn't
Yeah.
like, 6 months ago, but now I am.
Jesus.
Yeah, and also like there's also the is it Soccer Mom? Uh
Suburban Soccer Mom
is it
rock?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that just
there's
me saying
Soccer Mom
that
Rock.
just might be me
No,
saying that
there
a
is.
lot, but like
No, no,
other
no.
people
No,
say
no, no.
that? Okay,
Look.
cool.
Yeah, let me I think I saved the playlist.
Yeah, I see that
Um
as like it's like Matchbox 20. Like if you're like post
yeah,
grunge,
look. Look. Look, hold on. Mom Rock Mix,
Mom Rock Mix.
curated
Okay,
for
yeah.
me by. And you know what? The
Aw, see
first,
that?
it's
Yeah.
Memory by Sugar Cult. The Girl All the Bad Guys Want, Dance Dance,
Okay, so
Jumper,
this is getting
Move Along.
this is that's good though because this is
Basic.
our generation of moms. You're a mom, Amanda. You
Sure,
like
I'm
these
a mom.
songs.
I do love these songs, and
See, in my
it's
head,
a
I'm
damn
thinking the
good
songs that like
playlist.
my mom liked. I'm thinking like, yeah, the world's based around me,
Just the
so it's
Girl
like
by the
mom.
Click Five. Yeah.
By the Click Five, soon to be friends of the show. I should hit the
Yes.
Men's Warehouse and rent a tuxedo for that episode, I think.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe? Actually, I don't know. It's kind of a thing where it's like if there's like I'm trying to figure out what the price point is for a bit. Like at what point is it like it crosses into like I'm not gonna spend that much. Like if it's like a $40 thing, like that's worth the bit. Like do I want to spend $100 for a laugh? I don't know what the cost
I don't know.
what the CPL is, the cost per laugh. Like
Yeah,
later this week I promised our friends in NapNet the Death of a Bachelor album is turning like 10, and I just was surprised to see anyone give a shit about that to begin with. But there's like a
I'm
Brennan
also
Urie
surprised.
dance. Yeah, right. I literally had to explain them. I was like, they're like, well, we have all these videos for it. I was like, I feel like 3 videos about the late career Panic at the Disco album. I feel like we're covered collectively at now. Like, I don't think, like
Yeah, we don't
I
all
think we're
need to be
good.
a part of that. We're good.
Think we're good, Becca. I think we're good, dude. But I told him I'd do one of the dancey videos, and I looked, and it was like it's like Brent, it's like a line about high heels, and I was like, oh,
Yes.
I can get high heels, that'd be funny. And I was like, how much is it? Like, what's the line on buying high heels where this is a
Was this?
bit? And then at one point, am I just doing cross stuff? Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
Was that the same time he was also in Kinky Boots on Broadway?
I feel like this is a video from no, this is I feel like this is a video from recently, maybe the most recent when we were young, but the line it's the high heel line from that album cuz he's on Kinky Boots before Death of a Bachelor. I want to say he's on Kinky
Yes.
Boots like 2011, 12, 13 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this is after, but
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I regrettably I will do the dance. I told him I'd do the dance, but it was kind of the same thing where it's like do I buy the high heels? Is spending $30 on high heels that's a joke for me really worth it? Is this weird that you're buying this, Rob? Is it weird that you think it's weird?
No,
Just buy the high heels. Anyways, what I'm getting at is now I have a pair of high heels that I'm just like
you
wearing around the
really thought
house.
through this.
Yeah. It's cool though, because like I'm like 5'9" and a half
No
in
one
them,
said you
so
had to
like
wear
I
it
could
around the
pretty much
house.
ride
They
on
have to be
any
fun.
fucking ride. Yeah. I just like
Could you not
I like
before?
practicing the walk. I don't know. I really just wasn't something that I thought of until it was
There we go.
suggested to me. Yeah. Anyways, what else? Eric has some other questions
Yeah,
on there
I would
too,
agree
though.
with that. Yeah, but it's um. All right. He said, last question. Who do you all consider the top emo and alt rock scholars? Do you take into consideration guys like Tom Mullen of Washed Up Emo, Ian Cohen of Pitchfork, um, Yossi Salik of Bandsplain is my favorite, though she's more all encompassing. What about Dan Ozzie, Leslie Simon? What journalists or VJs do you all gather from? Nardwall, Matt Pinfield, others? That's a great question.
Ooh.
I have a lot of books. So Dan Ozzie, obviously, Dan Ozzie is one I would consider. Um, Funny enough, Dan Ozzie and oh, what's his name? Stephen Lamos, who was the drummer for American football, who is now a professor. They are going to be at a conference about Midwest emo. Chris Payne, yes, another one. And so, Dr. Stephen Lamos, who was the drummer
Oh,
for
Dan
American
Ozzy's
football,
the other
is
book.
doing
My
like
bad. My
a
bad.
yeah, sellout. It's sellout, yeah. And then hold on, I have and he also and Stan Ozzy also helped co-write the memoir, what's his name's memoir?
Oh, Laura Jane
Um,
Grace.
Mark Hoppus. Mark
He did the Mark
Hoppus's
one too.
memoir. Yeah, I believe so. What are the hold on. Let me look at my books. As you're doing that, put
It's
your
all good.
protege on.
I was gonna say I'm gonna apply some Protege to my face here and let these people know. You guys know, okay? Need you to go over to protege.com. I need you to enter Emo Kids at checkout. I need you to get some of this, okay? Me and my guy Gabe, we got a lunch date next week. After you hear this, we got him coming up on the pod. We're working on a lot of stuff together. So I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to support the cause. I need you to go get some Protege, okay? Because I'm not kidding about this. Look at me. I look a lot better than I normally do. Normally I look fucked, but I'm looking fresh. Oh, Amanda's got a bunch of literature. She got them books in this bitch.
One day I will write my own paper or dissertation on emo music. All right, so in
Once the
terms of
bag comes.
scholars, or if you are, yeah, right. If you are looking to Damn it. I should also put it in there. Hold on 1 second.
So while she's gone, I'm going to tell you guys a joke. The guy walks into a talent agent's office. He says, I had a hell of an act for you. The guy says, what's the act? And he says, it's a family act. And the guy says, no, that's too... Never mind, she's back. We're going to chill on the
Okay.
Aristocats joke. Okay.
All right. If you
You're
are
back?
looking
All right.
for...
Yeah.
I'm back.
What we
Okay.
got?
If you are looking for people who know a thing or two about emo music, all right. So Chris Payne, who did the oral history of pretty much third wave emo, essentially. Maybe it's a little bit of second wave, mostly third wave. I
It's
don't
like
know
a book
why I
club.
have it
You have a
tabbed
hardcover.
out.
I have
I do.
I have flaccid
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah. And it's tabbed out too. Don't ask me why I did that.
Tabbed out. Like, damn.
I got like notes. Yeah. All
I
right.
haven't actually read mine. Can I be honest with you, Chris Payne? I've flipped through it a bit. It was the same thing with Meet Me in the Bathroom. Like, I flipped through it a bit. It's tough for me to read an oral history that's not on a website. I'll try, though, tonight to read more of this.
Honestly, you should just listen to the audiobook.
Oh, there's an audiobook? Like a podcast?
Yeah, you can listen on Spotify. You listen
Oh,
if you have
so much
premium.
better.
Yeah, I actually have listened through it more than I've read it physically. Hanif Adurakib, who is also in here being interviewed, but he is so let me what's his he has
Party
so
all the day.
there is a beautiful memoir or essay in here about his friend who commits suicide, and them and how they first went to the Fall Out Boy shows, like the underground, like back when they were first starting out, and he follows the journey of up to the point where he was at the last show Fall Out Boy did before they broke up.
Before the
And then
hiatus?
and then his friend, passed away. And then he comes back, and getting to see them in the 2013 like revival with Save Rock and Roll. It made me cry. So you should, if anyone has not picked up this book, you should pick this up. That essay was
definitely should.
fantastic. Yeah, but he was the 2021 MacArthur Genius Grant recipient. He is from Columbus, Ohio, so obviously he would travel to Chicago a lot. He has poetry that's been published in Muzzle, Vinyl, Pen American, and other journals. He has had essays on music criticism in the Fader, Pitchfork, New Yorker, New York Times.
Oh, Fader was the shit.
Yeah, so he's insane. But you should, if anyone hasn't read this, They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us. It's a compilation of like short essays and such. And yeah, the one he does, like here's Defiance, Ohio is the name of a band. Like this is all about music. So I highly recommend our music. So check this out if you haven't. Yes, Dan Ozzy's Sellout, another book that you should read about the scene. Now this goes from 94 to 2007, so you're gonna get a lot of second wave emo in there too. Our friend William Ramsey, who Rob has had on the Robbcast early on, but this is an up and coming scholar. And if you guys have not checked out William, shout out William. You gotta check out Will Ramsey. He's also has other books on like 1975, etc.
He's
But
back
check
there.
him out. Yeah, he's there. So highly recommend that. Check him out. Then we've got Into Deep. Now this is about Canadian punks who took over the world. So this is about like Sum 41 and such. So
What the
this is another
fuck is
book.
that book? I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's Matt Bobkin and Adam Feibel. So this is all about, coming off the commercial success of bands like Green Day and Offspring and Blink-182. There's a DIY spirit, and Canada took the world by star. They kind of cover Simple Plan, Marianas Trench, Sum 41, Avril Lavigne, Phoebe Dobson, Billy Talent, Silverstein. So a lot of bands from our scene, right? So you need to check this book out. I know it's not emo, but it is.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Jason, as an honorary Canadian, let me just say, like, you're mentioning Fifi Dobbs in there and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a mention of like
Alexis on Fire?
Alexis on Fire. I'm guessing Gob is in that book as well.
Yes.
Gob is in there. I'm guessing
right.
Avoid or no. What were they? What were they called?
So each
One More Chance. What were they called?
Well, each chapter is about a particular band. So it is just those bands. It starts out with Gob, and then it goes down to like where you get to like Marianas Trench is the last one.
Okay, Marianas Trench is on there. Okay. Do we have Trouble Chargers in there by chance? I know that guy's definitely in Derek's book.
Yep. No. not in
Okay.
there.
Well, shout out Mariana's Trench. Maybe the first mention on this show. Wow, random.
Probably, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
another book. I'm so sorry. I have like I don't know what
No, go
I
through your
just
books.
okay.
Yeah, these people, yeah, it's better you give them
Yeah.
literature because I've been preaching the opposite for a while. It's good that we even it out.
All right. So this is from Taylor Markarian and
Taylor Lautner.
no, Taylor Markarian, and she wrote this book. It's called From the Basement with interviews from bands like Senses Fail, Take You Back Sunny, Sunnydale, Real Estate, and more. And so just so you know what who Taylor is, um, experienced music in the early 2000s as a teenage fan and then struggling with issues. She found a home in indie, screamo, emo, and eventually heavier genres like metal and hardcore. She interned um, at Epitaph. She graduated Emerson College with a BA in writing and
Emerson.
music and literature. She has published in AP, Kerrang, Revolver, Loudwire, Reader's Digest, etc. So she currently resides in New Jersey. Also a great book. So I'm just basically, if you really want to beef up your emo
These
knowledge,
are the
these are
books to
books.
read.
Now, yes, okay,
I should probably read these books too.
and
Yeah.
then this is amazing because it's a photo book slash also a history book, and it's called Negatives from Amy Fleischer Madden.
Oh
You
shit,
would
I know this one. Yeah.
yes, yeah, this is amazing because some of these photos in here are just like, I mean, it's incredible. And yeah, Fall Out Boy,
Sick.
MCR, they're all in there, and this just some
Was
beautiful
that
photos
Danger
and
Days
stuff.
era right there?
Um, no, this is from the Badlands National Park in 1999. It's all her
Oh
photos that she's like
shit. Okay.
taken. Yeah, yeah. So, but here's like a good one of what's his name from Newfound Glory. Like, yeah, just
Damn,
all types of
Jordan
stuff.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah. So also check that out. That's a nice uh coffee book, I guess, coffee table
Well,
book if people still do that. And
so
then
we got a
I
lot of
have
authors.
just
Yeah. What about the VJs? What about on the journalist
wait,
side?
one more thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, this is yeah, so that this is adjacent because I can never not talk about ska. Aaron Carnes in defense of ska.
Oh shit.
Um,
Does our
so
friend Adam
this
have
is
this
a
book?
history. Oh, I guarantee you he does. And he's probably interviewed Aaron Carnes. He had a podcast. He just recently ended it late last year. He's actually writing another book. So he's been doing that. But there is an essay or an interview with Patrick Stump in here as well.
There
So
we
that is
go. There
fantastic.
we go. That checks
But
out.
and yeah, check that. But yeah, this is like the history of like ska and defending the genre, and it's adjacent to the emo pop punk scene. So I feel like this needs to be included. Aaron Carnes needs to be included in the dialogue of people, of scholars, people who are trying to keep the scene alive and the history of the scene and stuff. So I've got a whole library here. So if
I was gonna
people
say
need
you got a hell
recommendations,
of a lot of books.
yeah,
You're
there we
one
go. I'll put
literary
them up later.
motherfucker. Yeah.
I was an English major, so I do need to
Yeah,
flex.
the English
I do
major,
flex.
yeah. English major
Yeah.
allegations, yeah, you're never beating them.
No, I'm not.
But what
I'm
about a
sorry, but
VJ
VJs.
though? Yeah, me as a child of the television set and the radio, who are the VJs and the television journalists and the likes that you looked up to?
Oh, Kurt Louder, 100%. Like, I looked up to Kurt Louder, Matt Pinfield. I don't know if I would consider like Carson Daly like a historian by any means, but yeah, and Ananda Lewis, may she rest in peace, because then she just recently passed away this
Yeah,
past year.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, those were those were some of my top sway, but that's more not in our genre, but
Sway is the
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Sway is the shit. Charlemagne's the shit.
Mhm.
I believe it is Eric's question, right?
Yeah, it's still Eric's question, yeah.
Um, he mentioned Nardwar in there as a Canadian kid.
Yeah.
Nardwar is so special, and like I didn't realize there's a lot of things like living in Canada and going back and forth between the countries. You don't really know what's big in America and what's big in Canada. So I just figured Nardwar was this like quirky little Canadian thing. I didn't realize that he was like a fucking legend. And then,
Yeah.
like, I met people down here that knew him, and just like, yeah, Nardwar's the shit. But Nardwar's so good that it's like the question of like, who do we take from or inspire, things like that. Like, Nardwar is so good that it's like the only thing I would say that I would ever bite from Nardwar or that I do is like the relentless positivity of like, Nardwar loves what he does, and you can feel it through it. Where like
Yes.
Nardwar and like a pure spirit, where like Nardwar means well. he's a good fucking guy. You can tell at his core. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And
Yeah.
he kind of, as an interviewer, I see it as like, you're like, we're like Wayne Gretzky, like we're the assist guy here. You know what I mean? Like we're here to like pass you the ball
Mhm.
or pass you the puck, and then you get to score and look cool as fuck doing it if it's set up right. And Nardwuar is a guy where like I feel like he like does these like trick passes or something like that, where it kind of surprises you. It's like a fucking wild bounce chest jump, pass kind of thing, where it's like, fuck, I wasn't expecting that. But if like you're ready for it and you can handle Nardwuar, he makes you look so cool.
Yeah,
Uh
he does. He made Timothy
Carson,
Chalamet look really
right? Yeah.
cool.
Oh my God, Tim. Yeah, if you're watching this, bro, you got to come on our show from one white boy with
And
motion to
also,
another. Yeah.
congratulations on your Golden Globe win for
Oh
Best
yeah,
Actor for
congrats
Marty
on your
Supreme.
Golden Globe. You're what,
Congratulations.
30 years old? You got a Gold Globe already? You're one quarter
Multiple,
of the
yeah,
way to an
he's
EGOT. We're gonna get the whole thing. It's gonna get an
yeah,
Oscar. Yeah. Um, Carson is a big one. Matt Pinfield, especially like as we go on, like with NapNet, I see it very much like, let the NapNet, like let them be the Carson Dailies, let Ryan and Jesse and Kanan and Becca them,
yeah,
and that let them be Carson. We're Matt Pinfield. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for
Like
sure.
we're Matt
Mhm.
Pinfield. Like we're fucking like,
Yeah.
it's like you can be part of this. And in Canada, our Matt Pinfield was George Stroumboulopoulos. And if you're like Matt
Okay.
Batiste, me and Matt have talked about George. George Strombo now hosts a show on like CBC. Like he's basically like he's like the Anderson Cooper in Canada. And when I was a kid growing up, he was like the rocker guy on Much Music. There was
Yeah.
Much Music, there was the Punk Show and the Wedge. And these would be shows I'd watch. And this is where I discovered like Billy Talent and Alexis on Fire and the
Yeah.
Mad Caddies and like punk bands and ska bands and hardcore bands. Moneen, fucking anyone that was anyone that was Canadian that wasn't Gob or Symbol Plan or Trouble Charger, anything
Mhm.
weird or anything unique like that I found through the TV was because of George Stroumboulopoulos. So like that's a
Yeah.
big one. But my biggest VJ journalism thing in general ever, and I think I've definitely told you off the air at
Yeah.
points, but like when I worked at the Palm restaurant, I was like, my specialty, like, because I was a Nepo hire. I got hired because of my dad. They didn't need a busboy. So my job was
Okay.
whenever they had the back room, like the private room booked, I would work that. So I'd only ever work like mainly the parties. And on busy nights, they'd put like celebrities that want to be left alone back there. So one of the
Makes
people that
sense.
I would take care of a lot, like every couple weeks was Larry King. And Larry
Oh,
King, I
dang.
remember he interviewed. And like yeah, I did like Larry King's kids' birthday parties. Like I knew Sean, his wife. Like I know there's like a lawsuit. Like they were all very sweet, normal people to me. Like Larry was the shit. Larry's the kind of like old guy where like I tell these things like, oh, Larry King told me these things. Larry King would have fucking told anybody these things if they like showed an interest in it. Like Larry King was
Oh,
like
yeah.
excited to put people on. This motherfucker loved journalism. But his biggest advice he ever gave me, and it's something that I didn't realize until we started doing the show, until like our third or fourth interview. Because I remember doing early interviews and just writing like sheets of notes. And I remember talking to Larry King, and he had just interviewed, I want to say like Travis Barker or someone like loosely associated with our like Tom, someone
Mhm.
loosely associated with our world, something that I would have seen, and I asked him about it. And he kind of like was just kind of like, yeah, I didn't know anything about it until the interview started. I was blown away, and I'm like how does this work? Like is there prep, this and that? And he's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm going on a first date. Like I'm interviewing you to get to know you. Why would I read about you before I interview you? And it sounds fucking crazy, but it's kind of like his mindset is like, I'm going on a first date with you. I'm asking, like, I don't know anything about you. I need to get to know you. And by me getting to know you, I'm letting my audience get to know you. So I'm going to like pry with questions that at times might seem basic and at times might seem dumb or at times might seem like intrusive. But it's like, I have no knowledge of this in your head. So I'm going at it from the perspective of like a total stranger. Like, tell me more about that, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And like,
Yeah. Oh,
sh-
yeah.
shout out my guy, Larry. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
Larry.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget his interview with Pete Wentz. Oh God, that was like 2009? No,
I feel like
2011.
that might have even been like
2011.
that might have,
Because
because I'm this is
yeah.
like 2013, so like I feel like the Tom and the Travis interviews come later. It might have been like a
Yes.
Pete interview or something that got me to
Yeah,
like
because they were
ask
talking
him.
about his heritage, and it was right before I know it was before they had come back, but he
Yeah, it
asked
was
him
in that in
about
between
Patrick's
period. Yeah.
solo album. Yeah,
Yep.
and, talked about it's commercial success. And I love, like, you could tell Pete was, like, really upset.
Yeah,
Like,
but Larry's
he
kind of
was
asking from this perspective of
yeah,
like he doesn't really know, and he's asking you, and he's like, "Well,
yeah.
why didn't this sell as well?" And it's like
And I
he's
love
hitting you with hard hitting
Pete's
questions, but
answer.
it's
Yeah.
it's 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 from like a truly inquisitive perspective as opposed to like a I'm here to bury you. It's like, so what's the deal?
Yeah, and Pete's like, from his perspective, I think artistically it was a success. And I love the way he does it. Like, he defends his friend even though they've clearly
That
still
yeah,
have
this is
beef and they're
2011,
not
so
in a
yeah,
good place.
they're not
Yeah, like
BFFs again yet. Yeah, they hadn't
no,
gotten
not
together to
yet.
write "Where Did the
No.
Party Go" yet. Yeah,
No, yeah, they will soon. But
yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
get the
that was
menthol
that's
line really
fantastic.
soon, but at this point, no.
Really soon. Yeah, but no, that's one of my favorite interviews is Larry King's with Pete Wentz back
Right?
then.
He just
So yeah, he's a
he's
great.
was such a charming old man to where like even by the like I mean I'm hanging out. I'm around Larry King. It's like 2013, 14. Like he's already very old man, but it's like very it's my first day at this job.
Yes.
I still treat it like it's my like I'm still going into it with the same wonder that I approached the same the first
Yeah.
person I interviewed with kind of thing.
Yeah. And then in terms of interviews, I would be remiss if I don't bring up Zane Lowe.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's good.
yeah, I mean, he likes to talk over his guests sometimes, but like I will ever for like they will my favorite Fall Out Boy interview will always be the Zane Lowe interview. My
Yes.
favorite my Blink one is the
The
one
Blink
he
interview,
did when
yeah,
they
the
came
Blink
back.
comeback interview, same thing,
Oh,
yeah.
so good. Yeah, like he just knows how to bring it out of them and make them feel comfortable enough to really bring up some of the like really difficult
The
things. And
uncomfortable
with
shit,
those
yeah.
bands in particular, like they've had breakups, they've had
Yeah.
issues, they've had, a lot of stuff happen in their careers because they've been a bands for a long time. So in order for them to feel safe, he has to make them feel safe to bring that stuff out. And so yeah, Zane Lowe, definitely one of my favorite
Shout
like
out Zane Lowe.
interviewers
Yeah.
in the music scene. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Zane is very, very good, especially for like a mainstream, like a major guy doing like a major show and getting
Yes.
like top 40 artists. Like he can get a good interview out of and I mean I'm thinking of great ones
Yeah.
he's had with like fucking Lord, Taylor,
Yep.
Blink, Fall Out Boy, like just
Mm-hmm.
anyone. And it's also same thing where it's like, which is what I hope for our show as well, where it's like he's been around these artists long enough to where like he's known them and he's interviewed them for
Oh
over
yeah.
a decade. You know what I mean? It's like same thing where it's
Yeah.
like we're coming up on like a year, to tie it back to the 100th episode thing, where it's like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months from now, we're gonna start having like repeat guests.
We will.
Riley's putting out a new album. Fucking, whoever it
Mm-hmm.
is, Dear Cincy, like they come on. It's like we already know you. There's comfortability, but we need to get another interview out of you, so like we can press harder, and we know each other, so like we can kind of get
Yep.
a little more deep on things. We don't have to do the same questions we did the first time. We've already answered what your band is all about. Now let's talk about like
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck the actual deal is.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
God, it's
Exactly.
gonna get so wild when we get to that point where it's like interviewing like when we get to the Zane Lowe point, but when we get to the point where we're
It'll
interviewing
happen.
bands like the second, third time over, where it's like, yeah, like we can get like a little deeper on this, a
Just a
little
little crazy.
more
Yeah.
in
A little
depth.
deeper. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah. I think those are all the VJs, the scholars. I gave everyone now a list of books to
I
go
think we
buy
got them all.
or
You guys got
check
some
out.
books to buy. You got some VJs to go
Yeah.
YouTube. Matt Holmes. Rick
No, Matt
Campanelli,
Hall's
if
a
you're
good one too.
Canadian. Rick Campanelli was
Yep.
a big one for us Canadians. Rick Campanelli was kind of the Canadian Carson, and then I guess George was his Matt Pinfield or Dave Holmes or the like.
Yep.
Uh, Podcasters. Is there any podcasters you fuck with hard that you think are good
Well,
interviewers?
I always fuck with Guns. He's been around the block. He's been in the
Yeah,
scene
Guns
for
has
a
been our
long
world
time and
for yeah.
he's grown up in it and he knows a lot of the bands on a personal level and I love his Who Wants to Be an Emo Millionaire. I think that's great cuz it shows even for like the people in our own scene like who are living it, the bands themselves like they don't know like they're not, they don't know everything either, but
No,
I
not at
think
all. Yeah,
yeah, he keeps things comfortable and lets them just be themselves, and lets them just talk, and I think that's great. So, yeah, shout out Guns from the Gun Show.
Shout out Guns. Podcasters, I would say, would be like out of the ordinary ones. In terms of large podcasters, Theo Vaughn, for as ridiculous as he is, the ability, like, there's interviews I've seen of Theo Vaughn interviewing like the trash guy and like the local mall security and like an 8-year-old kid and
Yeah.
like he's interviewing Rizzler and like an Amish kid, and it's just like the ability to get a conversation out of someone is very impressive. There's this kid I really like on
Yeah.
Instagram. His name is Axton. He does. I maybe sent you a video of his. Axton
You
does
did, I think.
a great cover of Paramore. All I Want.
Yes.
And he commented on our video, the red flag video I did, where I'm like talking shit, and he's commented. He was like, Slipknot is good, and I was like, Axton, holy shit! Like I was like, I'm a fan. I was like, I literally
but
started
also
saying, I was like,
Slipknot.
I was like, I'm very much pro what you're doing. I'm not going to insult any of the bands you like yet, but like, talk to your parents. We'd love to have you on the show. I don't know the rule with adults and kids and stuff, but like, I find you
True.
interesting, kid. Talk to your parents. Have your parents hit us up. They haven't yet. Axton's mom, Axton's dad. If you're watching this, yeah, we'll have Axton on the show, right? We
I'm
would have
sure.
Axton
I'm
on the
sure.
show.
Yeah. I'm sure
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, we'll have I can't tell how old that kid is. 12, 13?
Definitely needs parental consent.
Yeah, to the point where I was like, tell your parents. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, on that note.
Hilarious. On that note, I think that's all the questions that we have. I think we covered all the questions. Some funny ones, some serious ones, some interesting ones. Yeah, that's all the questions we have for our 100th episode. We have we have some great interviews coming up. We have some other great stuff we're going to be talking about in the future. I know we've got some of our fellow napnetters coming on to talk about second wave emo.
Oh
some
shit,
of our fellow
Dane and Devin, we
podcasters.
got to get that
Yeah.
sometime in
We
the
have that
next
coming
month.
up.
In the next month or so, yeah, we're gonna get a Dane, who you've probably seen if you have TikTok or anything like that. And Devin, host of the Imperfect Dads podcast. They're gonna come on and talk. We're gonna talk some sunny days, some Thursdays, some fucking some
Yeah,
braid.
let's bring them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring that in. So I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of great stuff coming up for the next 100 episodes for our year mark. It's gonna be fantastic, and I'm just grateful everyone's been along for the ride. And thank you for listening and watching and commenting and everything. Because, like, in no world should this work if I get it done.
I'm so grateful we're here. I love this shit out of you. Like fucking
I love the
family.
shit out of you too.
Yeah. Wonderful. I'm so glad we're here. Thank you for
Me too.
Thank you for doing this. This is a good time. And thank you for anyone that's watching.
Thank you for letting me.
Thank you for anyone that's made it to the hour and a half mark of the 100th episode of the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. You all get a free shirt. Ones. Yeah, DM me. The first person to actually DM me and say, hey, you promised a free shirt on the show, fuck it. I'll buy a shirt for the first person that DMs me and actually calls me out on this. The first person, there's one of you. And when the second person fucking DMs me, I'm going to send you a screenshot from the first person to show you that it's already been claimed. But I will do one on principle.
Yep, on principle. Damn, why did I say that? All right.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, why not?
I got $25. I'm rich, motherfuckers. Yeah. Shit.
I just bought a new Emo Kids shirt. It's on the way now. All right. But thank you guys so much for listening to us today, or watching us, whatever day you're watching this on. It may not even be Wednesday. It could be Thursday, Friday, whatever the case may be. But thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Here's to 100 more, Rob. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Allahu Akbar.
This show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators dedicated to keeping the spirit of the scene alive. Our network of creators make social media content, they share music news and reviews, and of course bring you great podcast content. For more information, please visit neveraphasenetwork.com and follow Never a Phase Network on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out, you did.